Tell me, settle down, boy, you'll be like us one day. Turn a deaf ear to their words and watch them fade away. I wanna chase you in the moonlight, capture all the stars, run through fields in darkness and make love by the fire. Live our lives wide open like the wolves upon the hills, howling life together, not living to pay bills. I wanna feel more than the comfort, things they say we need. Fire, blood, and bone, ride our own damn creed, yeah. The wild in me calls to the wild that's in you. This world builds cages to tame us if they knew. Release the wolves. Release the wolves. Release the wolves. Release the wolves in me and you. Lust for life and taste for flesh drives my hunger on. Feel the rhythm of a song that's from the great beyond. Noises of this world trap passion in our bones. Put us in a yard with those who cannot heed the call. Give us 1,000,000-mile sky and winds that always blow, while patient, sad, surrendered souls live in their four walls. 'Cause we're hell-bent to feel alive and let our hearts run free. Don't care where it leads, so fuck apologies. Hey! Wild in me calls to the wild that's in you. This world builds cages to tame us if they knew. Release the wolves. Release the wolves. Release the wolves. Release the wolves in me and you. The wild in me calls to the wild that's in you. This world builds cages to tame us if they knew. Release the wolves. Release the wolves. Release the wolves. Release the wolves in me and you.
My name is James Skinner. I'm the branch manager of the Woolmarket Library, and I'm here today to talk about an adult art program we have at the Woolmarket Library called Brush and Pencil. We were awarded a grant through the Mississippi Arts Commission, and we've hired 10 local artists to come and teach a professional class for free for the public.
Hi, I'm Brianna Greer, and I'm an artist. I am one of the artists that will be teaching with the Woolmarket Adult Art Program. I was recommended to James by my friend Art Trammell. I am a soft pastel artist. I focus more on portraits, but really anything.
This really is a who's who we have in our art roster. Like she mentioned, we have Art Trammell, who's just doing a mural at the Mississippi Aquarium. We have Andrew Switzer, who's done murals on the Long Gulf Coast. So everybody on the roster brings something different to the table, whether it's acrylics, watercolor, themes. We have Sue West from Gallery 782 in Biloxi, who's going to do a copper jewelry theme. So it really is a great opportunity to showcase the diverse talents of the local art scene here along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Invest money back into that community by paying artists for the classes and providing the public with a quality art program. Well, it's a community resource. It's a public resource. Not just books and movies, but also information. Programs with summer reading to keep kids sharp before they go back to class. Creative programs like this one. With inflation on the rise, parents who may not afford to be able to go to do something at one of the casinos or one of the family resources here on the coast, they can come to the library and find a program that's free and open to the public. And for this program, there's no sign up. We supply all the materials. It's absolutely free to the public, and you just have to show up. And it's every Saturday from 10 to 11. If you don't have a visiting artist, we'll have a theme or an activity.
You can check out more of my work at Art by Janae on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me at Brianna Greer, and even on TikTok, Art by Janae as well.
Sure, we want the public to take advantage of these classes, and the money's through the grant. You're getting professional tips and techniques with each art class, and again, it's free. It is for adults only. Just get a break from the kids for an hour and a half and give them something fun to do. If you want to learn more about the program, you can visit the Woolmarket Public Library Facebook page, or you can go to www.harrison.lib.ms.us.
And you'll see me on October 7th.
2, 3, 4. I don't need no Rocky Mountains or a city for a scene. Don't need no Highway 1 to tell me what to drink. I got brackish water in my veins and 40 miles of easy. Living is damn good on the coast of Mississippi. I was born on Brickyard Bayou. I was raised on the Gulf of Mexico. My granddaddy built them big ships, ran Count Shine to Chicago. And I was baptized in these black waters. I've got the South deep in my soul. I've got the deep South in my soul. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down on that Mississippi Sound. I can feel like a tide that's gonna drown you and me. Oh, this tide is gonna swallow you and me. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down on that Mississippi Sound. I can feel it rising. Can you feel it rising? Oh, I feel it rising. Oh, I feel it rising. Can you feel it rising? Oh, I feel it rising. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. We're gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down. Gonna bring it down on the Mississippi. On that Mississippi Sound.
Tell me who you are. Tell me how y'all met.
Oh my, that's a story. I'm Cooper Green.
I'm Sarah Holloway.
Would you like to do this one?
Do it, babe. Little bit.
Okay, I was living on the coast of Mississippi, and Sarah just happened to be in town. This was one of her getaway places. She was traveling singer musician, always very busy, and she had happened upon Mississippi Gulf Coast at one time, fell in love with it. It reminded her a lot of home, where she's from, on the coast of Georgia. And so when she had a chance, she'd come down here to escape, and we just happened to meet with someone who I was sitting outside with some neighbors, an Airbnb owner who had met Sarah when they were out, said, you know, you can stay in this Airbnb, my Airbnb for free, and you know, there's some great people I'd like you to meet. And just happened to be sitting there, and I was not going to have anything to do with any women, nothing, no relationships, nothing, sworn off forever. And anyway, she stepped up into the mix, and let's say life just took a dramatic turn. And and we just clicked, and you know, found out about her love for music. She was living out in Denver at the time, and you know, I had not had much experience with music, had a love for it, wanted to do some things, but just had no experience that direction, and but felt
the
there was
music
something
was
there
all
for
there.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was always there in our conversation from the beginning. I told him one day we were having breakfast right before I leave town, and I told him, you just got your new guitar, just go lock yourself away. Take Sunday and just shut the door and just go play music. And he did it, and I didn't know where it was all headed, you know, and we chatted a couple days later, and he told me he'd done that, and that he'd written a complete song from beginning to end, and he wrote Release the Wolves, and it was just a great song, and when I started listening to the lyrics, I realized it was about our meeting, and how he'd taken everything that we'd experienced and made music out of it, and I played music most of my life, and I rarely met musicians that just write full songs from beginning to end, just in one sitting. And I knew, like, whatever chemistry we had it for it. So packed up, headed south, made my way to the coast of Mississippi, and we've been working on this music project pretty much since February 2022. Honestly, just so excited to see where it's headed, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, we've really tried to jump into the music scene here the last few months and found that it's like this really organic, very giving music community. And so when we head out west, I'm thinking just take that feeling and get him back to my roots. He traveled the world and came back to Mississippi. I've traveled all over and found myself here. I just want to take this organic feeling like we found here and take it out west and see how it goes. I've played music out west for years, and just that feeling of being in nature and playing music out there, I think is just, it's the right move right now. We're gonna take all the southern roots with us because Mississippi's been pretty powerful for me musically over the last year, and you think like you've seen it all, heard it all, especially growing up in the South, and after spending a decade away and coming back, you realize why it's so important, you know, to get back to your roots and Southern music in general. But it's going to be great to share that with the West because I always feel that freedom when you go out that way and West vibe. But we're going to see what they think of Wolf River Band.
Yeah, the Mississippi Sound, you know, it came out, like Sarah was saying, there's this, to kind of back it up a little bit, you know, I was traveling one time and at this hotel bar, just having a drink before going, having a work meeting that night. And this gentleman from Montana, once he heard my accent, asked where I was from, and I said Mississippi. And he started just raving about Mississippi. He comes to Clarksdale, goes to Tupelo, comes down along the coast every year. He's like, what is it with that place in music? He said, there's just something, is it in the soil, the water, what is it? Because it's so out of proportion to just anywhere else in the country, or the world for that matter, with what it produces for the size that we are. And, you know, and coming back to Mississippi and getting established in it, reminding myself of how I grew up and all the influences, and also Mississippi's contribution to music nationally and around the world. You know, it's just, it's a grand, heavy thing, and, you know, blessed to start to become a part of it. But, you know, so many good things that's been going on, and to jump in with these other musicians, and like I said, they're generous, they're giving, they want to collaborate, and there's all this great energy for it here on the coast and throughout Mississippi. And, you know, Red Radio hosted a talent night. And at that talent night, we got to see that on full display. Everyone was super supportive of each other, you know, cheering each other on, having great conversations after every round of music that was being performed. And people just kept showing up throughout the night. And it was just so telling of the music culture. And what I was feeling is, you know, I'm listening to all these bands we love. We go out, basically all our going out is only for music. We do a few other things here and there, but it's for live music. And so even just last night, there was a band, local band we wanted to hear, went out to hear them. They started playing originals. It was 10 times better than any covers they were doing. And all these Mississippi musicians they'll say, man, I've got this original, and it's fantastic. And so it feels like there's this greater momentum developing again with Mississippian music. The way we saw that at the talent night, we've been seeing it throughout the South, South Mississippi. And so I was inspired by that. That night kind of catalyzed. I was inspired by that and just wrote the song, The Mississippi Sound. One, we live on the Mississippi Sound. But secondly, it's that Mississippi sound musically. You know, the winds carry these sweet sounds from DeSoto to the islands out here. You know, like a river, they flow together, man. There's this great organic flowing together with musicians and the music, the way it's rolling here. You know, and feel this rhythm rising. There's something that's just building. Can't see what it's going to look like or where all it's going to go, but it's something building. And so it was just a song about that, and thrilled to be a part of it. Or you can look at wolfriverband.com. It'll lead you to our landing page, which right now is a Facebook page. That's one place to stay in touch with us. Any other place to stay in touch with us? We're getting our promo stuff together. We gotta get moving on all those things. So we're getting all of our promo pieces together, and we'll get a full-blown website once we get some more music recorded. You know, more live video of us performing. We'll have that website packaged, but the web address is going to stay the same: wolfriverband.com. Support live music. And thanks Red Radio for all your hard work and putting it out there to the forefront.
Yeah, just feeling grateful, feeling really excited, and so glad that when I came back to the South, it was coastal Mississippi to get to play this music with this man next to me and take it out there to the world, you know, and always get to call this home base and feeling really joyous and blessed right now.
So, Sweetie, you know, the band is great and we love every aspect of writing music, doing all the covers that we do for it. But what I really wanted to do with Sweetie more than anything is to create a family, friends, something. I don't want people to like us because our music is okay sometimes or we put on a good live show. I kind of like the idea of people liking us because we like to be funny and do dumb shit together. You know, it's kind of 90s kid stuff, growing up on YouTube, watching Jackass. Everybody wanted to make skits growing up, and I'm 31 and I finally have an excuse to do it. And doing the ads are everything to me. It's half music, half driving around Diamond Head while Simon's covered in fake blood and screaming.
Yeah, and I think, just like you were saying, the biggest part of Sweetie is that we're best friends. And if we can get that across in a way that's outside of our music, I think we're all going to chomp the bit. And I love making these stupid little videos with my best friends. Significant improvement in our engagement online by doing these. We did the first one kind of as a bit. The first one was going to be Zach doing burpees while he just said the shows we were going to play that week. And it got a lot more attention than we expected. It's like, all right, well, we'll just do another one next week then. And we'll do another one next week then. And they just started snowballing into more complicated and convoluted ideas that I think we kind of look forward to making them every week, but they definitely just kind of come off the top of our heads.
Well, so obviously the first step is coming up with the ad. So that has no master to it. There's no rule book. Like Simon said, the first ad we ever did was me doing burpees. The second ad we did was Simon wearing lingerie and choking on a fog machine. The third ad we did, you know, try that in a small town and just come out. So we were like, oh, let's make fun of Jason Aldean and try that in a small municipality. And then because of that, it's like, oh, well, now let's cover movies. Let's do American Psycho. Let's do Reservoir Dogs. And then, you know, we shot an ad this week, and it's not based off of anything. It's just a funny idea that we came up with. And it's never going to be married to one idea. It's always going to be very, very fluid. And that is the secret to the other section of it, is that we aren't trying to polish some good idea. We know it's dumb, and that's what makes it hilarious. And then so whenever, you know, we get done filming it, Simon sits behind her computer with it, and if you have edited anything in your life, you can make a Sweetie ad.
Thanks for selling me short.
She does great work. She gets it.
I have a lot of experience with marketing and video editing, and so getting to use it for exactly what I would want to use it for, making the worst and cheesiest ads for our band, is a low-key dream come true, and it's infuriating. I love it.
We've never talked about it, but I think that Simon, John, and I have always kind of known that it was going to get there at some point. We want to do that. It's just being full-time musicians and being parents and all of that. Our time gets really limited. And so we are kind of just waiting for it to get cold, waiting for the season to end, and then where we could just kind of sit there for 3 days and just like pan it out. Because I would hate to film episode 1 this week and then episode 2 we can't do because somebody gets sick. I'd rather just do it all in one go, and that's just going to take a lot of time.
I know that we have a lot of inspiration from, you know, shows like The Whitest Kids You Know, Jackass, I Think You Should Leave is a big inspiration for a lot of the stuff we do. And so I would be chomping at the bit to do something akin to that for us and see where that may lead.
The best way to find it is Facebook. Follow Sweetie at Facebook. We do have a TikTok that we upload them to. We have an Instagram that we upload to as well, and a YouTube. But that's for our music videos. We do our ads on YouTube. So you can follow us on TikTok at Hey There Sweetie on TikTok. Sweetie Loves Loud on Instagram, and just at Sweetie, Hey There Sweetie on Facebook. And
You can even just go to heytheresweetie.com and it's got all the links there.
yeah.
Can we have Felix on camera?
Sure.
Felix!
Handler, bring John.
John John.
The original Sweethead.
The first sweet head.
We're still waiting on that onesie to come in.
Yes. Yay.
If you ever think that you can't do what you love for a living, I play music for a living in Mississippi, and I managed to have a baby that I feed every day. If you're doubting yourself, if my stupid ass can do it, you got it too. And you can have a kid too, which I hear is a pretty good idea.
I'm a stranger in a stranger land. I look at the world and question who I am. People bust and all, I built that with my hands. They'll tear you down, boy. Put a big box where you stand. There's a place that tells my story, reminds me who I am. Roll, back to the place I know. In the smell of the pines where the rivers run wide and the vines of honeysuckle grow. Roll, back to the place I know. In the smell of the pines where the rivers run wide and the vines of honeysuckle grow. Pack my bags and I'm headed south again. The white-tailed deer gives a grin and strangers call me friend. The southern cross leads me on my way. I feel that warm, that 30 light embrace. There's a place that tells my story, reminds me who I am. Roam, back to the place I know. In the smell of the vines where the rivers run wide and the vines of honeysuckle grow. Roam, back to the place I know. In the smell of the vines where the rivers run wide and the vines of honeysuckle grow. All the glory fades, to dust we all return. With all of your striving, what the hell did you earn? So never surrender, let your rebel spirit free. 'Cause no one can claim this world. It's made for you, it's made for you, it's made for you and me. So let's rock, rock. Let's rock, rock, back to the place we know. In the smell of the pines where the rivers run wide and the vines of honeysuckle grow. Rock, rock, back to the place we know. In the smell of the pines where the rivers run wide and the vines of honeysuckle